The Steelers won.
The Steelers won?
They won the
They
game.
won a game?
They beat the Saints.
The Steelers won. You know what I was looking at, and I'm so happy? I bet $1,000. Mm-hmm. I won. But then I lost $950 at the casino last night.
So you won then? Math.
No. I'm still down. But I won 200 the next day, so I'm still up like $50. Okay. Anyways, yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers finally got back on track because welcome back number 90, TJ. He's that good.
It's insane.
He didn't even have a sack, and he took over the fucking game.
It's because they got to change the entire play or the way you play offense against him.
I pick it, whatever.
He did it.
He won.
He made enough throws.
Won. I don't think he can throw the football to save his life. I really don't. He can run, which is cool. But, dude, he needs to figure his shit out. Because, I'm so tired of hearing he's a rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. All right, cool. But, like, the biggest thing that people said about him when he came out was he's the most NFL-ready prospect.
Yeah, not even close to that shit.
Well, he ain't ready. Mm-hmm. He ain't fucking ready. He's running. He's missing open targets. He's making bad reads, bad decisions. He's not, as far as throwing the ball, not nearly as accurate as Mitch Trubisky was. And Mitch caught so much shit all year because they just didn't want to see Mitch there. It's the same thing with Mason. They just didn't want to see Mason there, so they just booed him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now with hometown boy Kenny's there, and he's playing just as mediocre as the other two. But he's got long hair, and he's from Pitt. So he's awesome.
Well, to be honest, if it's that close and you think you're going to go with the guy, I think the decision was right to go with him, over Mitch. You don't agree?
No.
No.
I would have had him sit the whole year.
The whole year.
What does he have to gain from this year?
I guess you could have saw if we didn't lose TJ, maybe he would have came in and it would have turned it around. And
right, but that's my point.
Yeah.
Is that he was out. TJ was out. He,
Yeah, maybe.
So what was the point? And then he comes back. He this was his first win, technically. Right?
Is it?
It has to be.
Starting win?
Because Mitch won the first game, right?
Okay.
And then the second game, we beat the Buccaneers. The only reason why we won that game is because Kenny got knocked out of the fucking game. Mm-hmm. Mitch came
back in and actually
kicked some ass.
Yeah.
So this was his first win, and it was a great team win. It was fun to watch again. I'll tell you what, as far as tailgating was concerned, one of my favorite tailgates ever, because there was no expectations. We were like, let's just have fun. We haven't been to a home game in 3 weeks. The bye week, we're fresh. TJ's back, whatever. No expectations. If we win, cool. The fans were decent in the stadium. They were somewhat loudish. It was a nice environment. And I remember, leaving the game just going, I miss this. I miss not being stressed out at the game, winning, having a good time, going out to the bars afterwards, celebrating. I mean, it's crazy because for me, as someone who's 33 years old, my whole adulthood from 21 to 33, there was a high percentage chance that when I left the Steelers game, we won. Mm-hmm. And it was going to be a good time. And this year and the last two have been very depressing. They're not fun games to watch.
Do you think that's bad to link your emotions so hardcore?
I think it's terrible.
Right.
I think it's terrible. Will it change? No. I'm always going to be this way.
Uh-huh.
Because I really thought, 2-3 years ago, I'm like, you know what? I need to separate myself because this should not have an impact on my life.
Mm-hmm. And I did do that personally. That's why.
How did you do it?
Well, they start not playing as well. I think that.
So you're bandwagon, see?
No.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. If you want to call me a bandwagon, that's fine. But it just became less entertaining. I got angry at myself for being upset, And so the combination of not wanting to feel that way anymore and the team going, turning the 1 year we did the tailgate, they were 0 and whatever.
Yeah.
And then the year that they were actually 11-0, they seemed to be worse somehow. So it all that together, I started to give up. Maybe I grew up, man.
Fuck you. It's funny, though, that you mentioned the 11-0 Steelers because they had a big comparisons to the Philadelphia Eagles because the Eagles were 8-0 going into last night, and the Eagles are very. Wow, that sounded. Sorry, I just fucked the ghost.
That's all right. That's like the shitty mic, which the other mic is
That
out.
was crazy.
Is out. Yeah, that was so weird.
Stepped on a cat's tail. My fault. So there's a lot of comparisons to them being like the same team. Like the Eagles are 8-0, but have they really beat anybody? Steelers were 11-0. Are they really that good? They both lost their first game to Washington.
Now, what is Washington's record, by the way?
They're 5-5 now, but
That's
they're
what I thought.
4-5 going into it. I thought they were going to lose this game, and it was funny because they said, "How will the Eagles go undefeated?" I go, "Fuck no, they're going to lose this week, and they're probably going to lose 4 games total." Now, I have a lot of hope now because in the beginning of the year, I bet $2,600 on the Steelers to have over 7.5 wins. Now, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, so let's break down the math. 16 games in a season, 8-8 gets you the money, right? Well, since last year, there's 17 games, so he's got to go 8-9, right? And I was like, oh, there's no way. Like if I told you, hey, listen, do you think the Steelers will ever have less this year than 8 wins?
You mean
This year.
This year.
Before going into it.
Oh, before going into it. I don't know. I still was pretty not sure about the team this year.
You didn't think they'd win 9-10 games?
No, I wouldn't think they were going to do that.
Really?
I mean, you had no idea who was going to be quarterback. You had no idea
But
about the
Ben
team.
played quarterback and had like a horrible year last year. So it was how much worse could it have been?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel that way. I just didn't. Maybe there's not. I don't have a good enough reasoning off the top of my head.
Maybe
but
you were right. Maybe you were right and I was wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know. But so here's what I looked at. So right now we're 3-6. So there is 8 games to go. In order for me to win my money, I need the Steelers to go 5-3. I'm going to go through the schedule, and you tell me if I'll get these 5 wins.
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to week 18. Here we go. This Sunday, the Steelers play the Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh. The Bengals are 5-point favorites. Will we win that game?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to say no.
Yeah.
I still need 5 wins. The Steelers are playing the Indianapolis Colts, who, did you hear about the Colts head coach? They fired their coach and made their former center, Jeff Saturday,
Yeah,
the head
I did read
coach,
about that.
with no coaching
Because
experience,
Cowher lost his
snapped on it.
shit.
Well, it's funny that it's Jeff Saturday, too, because I remember there was a clip of Peyton Manning yelling at him because Jeff Saturday's like, we got to run the ball more. We got to run the ball. And Peyton goes, shut the hell up. Just block. I'm the quarterback. I tell you what to do. I love it. All right, so we should win that game, right?
I think so. That's a
All right, so
possibility.
there's one. Falcons, they suck.
I don't even know a Falcon game. I don't know their quarterback.
Me neither. They're 3-6.
I know
right
Matt
now.
Ryan was actually playing on some team. Wait, is he on the Colts?
He's on the Colts.
Yeah.
But I think he's a backup now, too.
Yeah.
So they're like 3-7 or 4-6. Should win that game. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
I don't think so. I'm not paying attention much, but
Baltimore's good, but Lamar never does well against Pittsburgh.
it's true. That is true. We seem to get on him.
So what do you feel about that? Possible?
If
You
TJ
can call it a
Watt,
loss,
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if TJ Watt can get in his head. That seems to what happened.
So let's say to win.
I can think that's going to be a weird.
So I
win.
got
Yeah.
3.
We'll give you a win there.
Then we go to Carolina. Carolina's probably top 3 worst teams in the league.
Okay, we can handle him.
So that's 4. Now I got 3 games to go. This one could lock it up. 50th anniversary, Pittsburgh Steelers, immaculate reception against the Raiders. Will we win that game? Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Don't they always play bad at prime time like that?
No, we play good at primetime, but we don't play good against the Raiders ever.
Yeah, it's 'cause we never play them, so we have no idea who the hell we're
So
playing.
it's like every 4 years we just lose to them.
yeah, we just every 4 years we lose to them because it's just like team
Yeah.
from the other side of the country.
But they're coming here.
Yeah. Well,
Christmas Eve. I'll be there because fuck my family.
fuck, that's a hype day.
Right?
That's a hype day.
They're honoring Franco.
So many variables.
Right?
That's tough. That's too much stress. I don't think they're gonna win.
Okay, so we'll say no win.
Yeah, we'll say no win.
Steelers go to Baltimore on New Year's Day. That's a tough one.
That is so tough.
I think Baltimore wins that.
Yeah.
Okay, so dude, you're at 4-3.
So you need one more.
The last game of the year,
Browns.
Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns come to Pittsburgh.
And we've yet to see Watson. So
And we have yet to see Watson. The game's going to be meaningless for the Steelers. Going to be meaningless
and how
for
much
the
tape
Browns.
they even gonna have on Watson? A couple games?
Yeah, he's just not going to do well.
Yeah.
He's been out for 3 years. He's just not going to play well.
Right.
That's not my point. But my point is, will the Steelers, will they fucking lay an egg because they don't care and just play backups and say, fuck it, and fuck me out of my money? I will lose my shit so bad.
So by then, by the way we've gone, let's say that they beat the Browns. What's their record now? What would their record?
The Steelers would get their 8th win.
And it'd be the 8.
And that's
9.
what I needed.
They'd be 8-9. But they still have a losing record.
Still have a losing record.
So
there's nothing to play for.
There's nothing to play for.
No.
Not even Tomlin. That is
Doesn't that
such a
suck?
tough.
Is there so much drama right now?
I know. I am really into it now. I'm like, man, you can really see how going up and down.
And it's so crazy because before TJ came back, I was like, they're not going to win another game.
It's almost like you got to root for an earlier game to know the momentum is there, to have the momentum to even play that game.
Well, that's why I just want to lock it up.
Yeah.
Like, if we beat the Bengals this week, we could get into the playoffs.
That's a crazy way to think about it when you go the whole way down the end of the schedule and then come back and be like, we beat the Bengals.
Because
we're going all the ways.
But that's what's so beautiful about the NFL is there's only 17 games.
That is what's cool about
Every game matters. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, look, dude, our division is not that great. They didn't update the fucking stats, but the Bengals are what, 5-4? Or did the Bengals lose? I don't know what they did. Did they play this week? They have a bye week.
Bengals played this week, right?
Yeah. Okay. The Bengals won.
I saw.
The Bengals are 5-4. Not that impressive, right?
No.
Okay.
But it's still a good team.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing that. But the Bengals still have to play powerhouses, bro. Mm-hmm. They got Pittsburgh, at Tennessee. That's not an easy game. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs, no matter where it's at, the Chiefs get hot this time of the year. And the Chiefs want to fucking pay them back after blowing that AFC Championship game lead.
100%.
They could lose 3 of those. Bro, then they got the Browns. The Browns never lose to them. Browns always beat the Bengals. I don't know why. Bengals play at Tampa Bay. Hey, Tom Brady's undefeated since breaking up with her, I think. Did they play this week?
They played in Germany. I was going to talk to you
They
about
won.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 3-0.
Yeah.
He's 3-0. Wow, Brady might go 9-0 after playing in Germany.
Oh, my God. Did you see that they went crazy down there?
They were singing.
They were singing and jumping on the field afterwards.
Good.
Crap. I guess what someone else said, that's like the normal of how sports go in Europe.
Well, here's what I think. You know, now, there was a big time where I was like, fuck that. Europe shouldn't get any games. I think it should, and I think the way that they're doing it makes a lot of sense. If you're a small market team that doesn't draw well, you're losing a home game.
Yeah.
You're going to lose a home game. Or because there's 17 games this year, you still get 8-8. You know what I mean? And then you both played a neutral field.
I think Brady was just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Did he not have fun?
No, I'm sure he had fun. I'm just saying he's getting out of the country. His wife buying $1 million house literally across the street, already dating someone new. Rich people are weird, man.
So then at New England, at Buffalo, they play Buffalo, and then they play the Ravens. Dude, we're the only team on their schedule without a winning record they have to play. They're fucking done. They're done. Are the Steelers going to sneak in and win the division and win me another $8,000?
The only thing that's going to be annoying is like, never going to fire Mike Tomlin if he keeps pulling
don't
this
care.
off at the end. Yeah, I guess.
Then
right?
you deserve your job.
I know, but you want to make it to the playoffs and then make it to the dance and then win the fucking whole thing.
We're going to.
We had 1 or 2 chances a couple years ago, and then I feel
now
like it's gone.
here's where your heart begins to break. Okay. The Ravens play the Panthers, Jaguars, Broncos. They should win all 3 of those. Then they play Pittsburgh. They'll be on a 3-game, 4, 5. They'll be on a 5-game winning streak when they play Pittsburgh on the 11th. I'll be there, so the Steelers are going to win. Plus, like, you just don't win that many games in a row. You're due for a loss. Pittsburgh's going to fuck them up. Then they go to the Browns. Anything can happen there. Ravens at home against the Falcons. Ravens will win that game. Ravens. Steelers will win that game because I said so. And then Ravens, Bengals. So, dude, honestly, like, probably not going to catch the Ravens. I think the Ravens are very, very much in the driver's seat from here on out. In fact, when I get off of here, if the Vegas betting odds look somewhat nice, I'm going to hammer on the Ravens.
That's it. So this is when we need a hammer on this set.
Yes.
So it's like when you give some gambling thing, you're like, bam.
But this is bad too. Now,
It's bad.
now I'm looking at the Browns. Browns don't fucking play anybody. Browns play the Bills. Okay, they'll lose that game, right?
Yes.
Browns play the Buccaneers. They could lose that game. Okay, that's 2. And then they play Bengals, Ravens. Oh, they're fucking done. Because they still play us.
Yeah, I never.
And as long as we play them, they're fucking out of it.
it's always us, Bengals and Ravens.
So it's going to be,
win shit.
I think the division's going to be, the final division tally is going to be Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincy, Cleveland. I think Pittsburgh will finish second in the division.
That's a possibility. But it's if they make the playoffs, that's gonna be wild.
Because anything can happen.
I know, it's the
Because your
NFL.
rookie quarterback is now a veteran. He's played the full season. He's into the postseason. The offensive line is playing good. Najee and fucking Jalen ran all over them.
Dude, I love the fullback, Warren. Like every time I see any highlight of him, he's either kicking someone's ass, like blocking. He's making some good
great.
catches, running downfield. Like I was finding him more entertaining than Najee. Even Najee did have a pretty good game.
Yeah. It's going to be good. I mean, it's just crazy that, like, I can convince myself that they won't lose another fucking game. Every week I can do it.
I mean, you sound a little bit like Twitter or some of the morning radio shows where it's like, we can figure this out. We go this far, come back, and there's a Super Bowl every time.
But, I mean, you look at the division. I mean, here's the only thing is you got the AFC East with, like, fucking every team has a winning record right now. The worst team is 4-4. Miami's 5-3. The Jets are 5-3, and Buffalo's 6-1. Why is this not updated? What the fuck? 6-1. We've played how many games? Why is it not updated on ESPN?
On the website and not on the app. Oh, I think I noticed that yesterday.
There it is.
That I
Yeah.
had to like reset.
5-4 is the worst division record. 5-4. You got, and I know we're talking a lot about football, but we have 20 minutes to kill. So football's football. Let's get into it.
Football.
So let's do conference right now. Like if we were looking at the schedule, the Steelers are 12th. No, they're 13th in the division in the conference right now at 3-6. But they have the highest ceiling, I think, out of all these teams. So Kansas City, Miami, Tennessee, Baltimore. I just don't see how we get in unless we win a division.
I mean, you're right. You got to either win a division or it's going to be one of those games that after a couple weeks from now, all of a sudden they kind of hit a momentum.
Yeah.
And they can't lose. Or like they have to beat like one of the teams we were talking about where I was like, they're totally going to lose to them.
They got to
beat
go
one of those.
7-1, I think, right? You have to go 10-7.
Do you think you start play calling a little different because of that? I don't know what team did it yesterday.
We'll just get
but-
desperate.
Well, like a team did onside kick start the game yesterday.
Who did that?
I forget who it was.
Really?
Yeah.
He recovered it, though, didn't he?
Oh, they got it. Yeah, they got it.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
they-
I mean, the Steelers did that in Super Bowl 30.
They did.
The second half of the game, Cowher went for it.
That was so
And they
cool.
got it. It was fucking awesome. Dude, they should have won that fucking game, dude. Oh, man. Could you imagine? We'd have 8 rings. With that one and the Packers. Fuck. I still can't watch that game, Packers game. I didn't watch ESPN for 6 months.
I barely
Once
remember the game
Clay
because you're right. I
Matthews had
watched
the
it
title,
once. Yeah.
and Rodgers was doing this shit. I've hated them ever since. I can be 100% honest when people go, "Who's your least favorite team in the NFL?" Mine's the Green Bay Packers
Because they took the title.
because I watched them literally take a Super Bowl away from us. Literally beat us. Like, fuck that. Like, people can say the Patriots, fuck them. They're done. Don't care about them. Fuck them. Nobody could beat them. That's why I'm not really that upset. Like, you know, Tom didn't have success. Who did? Nobody really had success against them. But fuck the Packers. We're the only ones that they won a Super Bowl against. So fuck them.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I mean?
It's like
Because
we're like-
other people have done it. Other people have gone to Lambeau and whooped their ass. Brady went in and whooped their ass. Plexico Burris went in there and whooped their ass. I think that was Favre at that time. But my whole point was like Green Bay is not this like dominant team that everybody thinks they are. Just Rodgers always puts up big fucking numbers, and then in the playoffs he shits the bed. So this year he won't shit the bed in the playoffs. So because they're not going.
Oh snap!
Not going.
All these old men getting out of the league.
Is that
man.
crazy?
Yeah.
I will say this, man, and I absolutely love it. Do you watch any clips of Ben Roethlisberger's new podcast?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Is he not so cool?
I think he's finally just
Himself.
relaxed.
Yeah.
You're just cuffed to say the things that you can't talk with, especially when you're the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like you're on a different level of like keeping everything. You can't like really put your emotions. Now he doesn't give a crap. He's wearing sunglasses.
And he's got his hair spiked.
Yeah. Do you remember when he came in, when he played there for a while and he had his hair all slicked back?
Oh, all creepy.
Yeah,
And he shaved his beard. Dude, I love Ben. I mean, like, we were so fortunate and so like blessed to have him. Like, how many teams go draft, don't get shit for a quarterback? We had this dude for almost 20 years. And you knew that if you gave Ben the ball with all you had to have is a minute and a half left, you had a chance.
That was,
and you had a really good fucking
yeah.
chance.
Is it 2008 or 2009, the Super Bowl season they won, where 6 games during the regular season. I don't know how many playoff games because there was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
He came back and won. Plus, and obviously the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 games.
Yeah.
He did that in.
Well, I remember when Fitzgerald scored the touchdown with like 2.5 minutes left, and everyone at my buddy's house was so upset. Like, what are you upset about?
I wasn't feeling upset either. I
Like,
remember
we have so much. Like, we're gonna win now.
I thought that and it obviously happened, but I remember not feeling. I felt worse when Bettis fumbled and Ben had
because
it like,
we never did it.
yeah,
at that
you're right.
point,
And I
though.
thought that game was over, obviously.
Yeah.
too.
Well, that happened. So when Fitzgerald just didn't go down, just was like, I'm going to score. I don't blame him. You can score in the Super Bowl. You got to score. But it was fine. The problem was then there was a holding call on the first play.
Oh, yeah, they're,
Steelers
like, in the end zone.
In the end zone. And like Ben was like, nah, I don't give a fuck where we could start in Pittsburgh.
I've watched that drive so many
It's
times.
the best. He hit Santonio like 6 times.
And then Antonio drops one. And he drops
Yeah,
the touchdown.
Santonio had a wide open touchdown,
Yeah.
dropped it, and then
Which is fine because the next play is so much
Phenomenal.
better. Yeah, it's my best play, top 5 plays of all time in Super Bowl.
that's so good.
So I love how we just float back to that Super Bowl right
Because
now.
it was so good.
Yeah, it's such a great
Well,
game.
also because you have the Immaculate Reception being this year, they're gonna honor it. I'll be honest, I think it's the most overrated play of all time.
Why? Because it maybe wasn't even a legal play.
Well, not only that, we didn't win a Super Bowl.
But they say it changed the franchise.
Fuck you. No, your draft picks change the franchise.
I thought that too. I hear it so many times. I'm like,
get
how does
it.
a play
I get it.
change a franchise?
I get it. It gave you guys momentum, but you didn't win it the next year.
No.
You won 74, 75. You know what I mean?
It was just such a media frenzy.
I get it.
That like put a spotlight on people and the energy just stayed in the city.
Like, do you think that's the best Steelers play of all time?
No.
No.
'Cause
What do you
like,
think it is?
It's probably Harris's interception.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
James Harrison, fucking 100-yard
Harrison,
touchdown.
yeah.
Because do you know he was supposed to blitz?
Well, there's 1,000 things on that play. One, it's the end of the half.
Yeah, so if they score there, we're fucked.
There's a guy on the sidelines like peeking out too far that Fitzgerald runs into.
Yeah.
So he could have made the tackle that he made on the half-yard
the
line.
fact that, like,
Yeah. So many things.
Ike Taylor and I think, like, maybe Deshae was running side by side with him, like, yo, give me the ball. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's my bike, punk. But the fact is, so he's supposed to blitz. He recognized that play in the championship game. He's like, they ran it on us on the team last
That's
time.
just watching film, man.
Pick off and just goes. And I just remember like going, all right, good, they didn't score. Oh, this motherfucker might score. Go, go, go. And the ref can't catch up.
Yeah, I know.
And so like the ref really didn't see if he was down or not. The ref goes, I mean, you got here before I did.
And then you see SNL Keenan Thompson. He's dressed. He comes like crawling in, like
Oh,
he just
yeah.
like he's still running. Here's a weird thing: if he doesn't do that play, I might not like him that much because he went to the Pats after he left the Steelers.
Yeah.
He has since said and done some shit where it's like, but like if it wasn't for that play, I forgive him. Like, that play's too good.
Well, we also wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, I don't think.
Well, that too.
Because
Right.
if they score there,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
It's a 14-point swing. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Ben. I think Ben still would. Ben should have been the MVP of that Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I don't get that.
I
crap.
don't understand that at all. I get Santonio had a great game, and he deserves to be an MVP.
There's a lot of catches on that last drive.
But that was Ben's game. Ben was so clutch.
Yeah. And that season's so clutch.
He's awesome.
Ben.
Dude, I love him, bro. Like his podcast, he's so funny. They asked him about the Jesse James play.
Yeah, I saw this clip.
And he goes, they're like, hey, you know that Jesse James play? He's like, he's eating like
He's
Halloween
like
candy.
on, he's
He's
like,
head back. He's like, what play? Oh, Patriots. Oh, yeah. Huh. Wonder why
yeah.
that didn't count, huh?
Yeah.
Wonder why that
Yeah.
didn't count. Against who? Oh, what a coincidence. And like, I remember, like, and I know, like, I'll probably never meet Ben. Never. Oh, maybe I will.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey!
Yeah, he walks
Maybe
in.
I'll never meet Ben, but like, I feel like I know him now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like somebody like you're like your hero. Like Ben was my hero growing up, right? Like he was so fucking cool, such a good fucking player. And now like you get to see him behind the scenes where he's like sarcastic and kind of a jag off. Like
We could probably get the kid on this show.
no, I don't want him.
knew
I
you
want
were gonna
Ben.
say
I don't want because you know what I would say? Hey, I'm better than you at this. You need to go.
I'll have him on Smart.
Yeah.
On the Smart House.
You can have him on that one.
Yeah,
I want Ben.
We'll have Ben on
It's
this
Ben
one.
or nothing.
And we're still putting Ben in the corner over there. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No,
Wouldn't that
oh
be
my
funny?
god. Yeah, Ben, go over there.
Go over there and we start
Yeah.
making fun of him.
Yeah. Dude, oh man. But yeah, football, man. And I'm getting so excited now just thinking about what it was. It's crazy how sports can do that to you. You know, and I was talking about this before. I said, if you took away right now tailgating for me, would I care about the Steelers as much? Probably not. I think the reason why we love sports so much is because it's embedded to the foundation of you growing up. To me, it's a bond that I have with my mom and my dad. Like we just watch sports together. You know what I mean? That's our thing. It's a tradition. You come here, Pittsburgh, it represents you. I think like anything else, it would be the same, right? Like, I don't know, like what other city has a fucking weird culture? Like we're sports, but you think about that, like there's a reason why we wear Steelers shit everywhere we go on vacation. Because we're proud to be from here. For no reason.
It's because the steel mills left. And
Yeah.
then the Steelers start winning at like the same time.
Yeah.
And so we just took all our gerbs and our sadness and depression at the time, recession, whatever it
And the
was.
Steelers.
Yeah, into the Steelers. And then that's how the city was born. The new
Yeah.
city, the new version of the city.
Yeah.